I do believe if we're not being looked at, then I'll do my part to get us looked at. The beautiful thing for networks or, if you will, streaming companies is that the NFL is a 365-day-a-year interest factor. A lot of programming, you have to spend as much to make it, to promote it, as you do to make it. The Cowboys are a soap opera 365 days.
The screening will begin
when it gets slow,
Please take your seats.
And so it's wonderful to have the great athletes, have the great players, but there's something more there. There's sizzle, there's emotion, and if you will, there's controversy. That controversy is good stuff in terms of keeping and having people's attention.
Stirring it up, it's good stuff. Good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, of course. Joe Boo is holding down the fort at the Red Brick House. But we got Bucky the Beaver here. As always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. It's finally freaking Friday, and we are dealing with the aftermath of the Micah Parsons trade. The Green Bay Packers have held their first two opponents under 250 yards of offense. Now, I'm going to say something that might be controversial here. It may be that the Chicago Bears are not a good team.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
It may also be that the over-the-hill gang of the Commanders with the left hand up are just old.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
And not a good team. That's our hope. That is the only hope that we have about the Green Bay Packers, that Washington stinks. That the Commanders last year was an aberration. It's just like it was just time for them to have a great season. But so far, you have to be, if you're a Commander fan, a little bit concerned. 2 season-ending injuries for them last night, an old-ass roster, and Jalen Daniels taking a lot of punishment and even coming up gimpy. The hope that we have for the Green Bay Packers is that this is the anti-23 season. In the 23 season, they peaked at the right time. They started out the season really, really bad. And all of a sudden, by midseason, they started stacking together some wins, in which case they came to our house and they kicked our teeth in. The hope is maybe Green Bay, has got the newness of Micah Parsons there, the excitement, the thrills and everything, and that now that'll wane as time goes on. When it gets cold, maybe Micah Parsons gets bored because there's not much to do in Green Bay. I don't know. But right now, Green Bay, the first 2 weeks against one suspect opponent, possibly two, looks really good. And, of course, you got everybody saying the Green Bay Packers won this trade. They won this trade. Well, I don't know that you can say that after 2 games. I don't know that you can say that after 2 games because you really don't know what the Cowboys will do with those 2 picks. You don't know. It's unless you got a time machine, you don't know where it's going to be. The thing the Cowboys have to do now to make Jerry Jones, and not that Jerry Jones cares about being looked like an idiot. He doesn't care. He only cares that you were watching, and you were definitely watching the Dallas Cowboys. But the Cowboys need to win. In order for them to not look like fools, this season has to be successful. They must make the playoffs, or Jerry Jones just looks stupid. Just does. If Green Bay does happen to go to the Super Bowl and win, then you look at it and say, Jerry Jones, that's on you, buddy. That's on you. But you know what Jerry Jones does? He literally says,
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. What?
He ain't scared of you. It doesn't matter to him because that's just more controversy. But here's the thing. We of course, injuries are just a fact of business in the NFL. And Deron Bland being injured. This is crazy to think that in the last 2 years, we've only had Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs on the field together 4 games. That's it. 4 freaking games. That's not good. And we are relying on guys that haven't played before to fill in. Now, there may be some saving grace that we have the New York Giants are not facing, say, Green Bay, and the Cowboys maybe are rolling the dice saying that we've got inferior talent that we can hold on until we get there. But believe it or not, the Giants are an NFL team. And the NFL has a way of week to week changing 180. And you cannot decide what a team is after 1 week. You can't decide what a team is till maybe after the first month plus. So we'll see where we go. We have CeeDee Lamb, who I'm glad to say took it personal, the drops. CeeDee Lamb got back from the game against the Eagles and immediately went to work on his day off on the jugs. Text Dak Prescott saying, bro, I'm sorry. You know, you can have faith in me. I'm going to fix this. We're going to get this shit straight. You know, we're going to do this. And is working to get himself better on the field. Now, we got practice again today, and then we got the New York Giants on Sunday. We have to win this game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We must win this game. And we'll see if there's going to be some changes with Kenneth Murray at linebacker if we play more Marshawn Nealon. Last week, Marshawn Nealon only got 6 plays in there. Kenneth Murray left a little bit wanting. We'll see if Jaden Blue gets out on the field and plays this week as opposed to Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders with the big run, but then the fumble, of course, that ended up basically killing the Cowboys' chances. So we have a lot to watch. I'm going to deal with this morning. I am tired of listening about Micah Parsons. You know, it's kind of crazy that now that Micah Parsons is gone, that he's gotten 3 holding calls in 2 weeks. That's a season's worth plus for the Cowboys when he was here. And especially coming against an Eagles performance where they didn't call him against the Eagles. Let's go to the tape.
30 yards for Jaden Guys last night. They've now held their first 2 opponents both under 250 yards. Green Bay hadn't done that in 30 years after the ball game. Here's Micah.
Defense wins championships. J Love, I think, you give us 20 points, we should be able to win that game. It's all about getting stops and getting the ball back into the offense. As y'all seen against Baltimore or Buffalo, you can have a quarterback game and have a perfect game but still lose because guess what? The defense gave up, 40 points? So defense wins championship. They want to, I think the fans like points and they like to see the big plays, but when you play great defense, it's just so beautiful to see.
That hat.
Indeed. When you think about this is a man who was traded 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago this morning, we were sitting here talking about Micah Parsons being traded to the Packers. Now the season begins. Peter, big picture thought.
I don't know if a team could have had a better 5-day stretch in an entire NFL season than what we have seen from the Green Bay Packers. What they have done now to the Lions and the Commanders, 2 teams who are, 1, the number 1 offense in the league a year ago, number 1 seed in the NFC, and then 2, a team in the NFC Championship game, and absolutely silence them, is something to behold. Real quick, Greeny, both those teams averaged close to 30 points per game last year. Total, they've had 31 in their first 2 games, and 2 of the best running teams in the NFL were held under 100 yards total. The Packers defense is for real, and if you're an Eagles fan waking up this morning, this might be the guys that you have to worry about in the NFC.
So, Mike T, let's go directly to that. You were here 2 weeks ago today. We were talking about Micah Parsons being traded. What do we say 2 weeks later?
They're the best team in football. And just to build on what Peter said, Green, let me tell you what. Bart, listen to this. They've rushed the passer with 5 or more rushers 15 times. They've given up a total of 22 yards. Those 2 quarterbacks, Jaden Daniels and Jared Goff, have a QBR of 3 when the average is 70. So that is a dominant defense. And Bart, I'll build on that. Lucas Van Ness is now a much better player when every single snap Micah Parsons is double teamed. And the one other thing that's really important here, Greeny, and Dan Orlovsky, to his credit, mentioned this first. Jordan Love is playing free and easy because of a championship defense. He is averaging 12 yards per attempt in terms of how far the ball is going down the field. Micah Parsons is impacting both sides of the ball.
So, for those of you who don't work with Bart a lot, I call it resting linebacker face. He always has that extremely skeptical impression. You're the one person saying not so fast on these Packers.
Yeah, I mean, it's early, right? And you expect them to have the advantage. They're playing on a short week at home. I think schematically they really did a coaching class on Washington and being able to leverage and get points. And yes, I believe that Love is playing, free and clear, but he's not playing elite. He's missed a lot of passes. You talk about getting into the red zone. They wasn't able to catch it in. Washington played a horrible game, but yet they found themselves 10-17. The defense kept him in, but Love is going to have to play a lot better. I don't think he's my MVP candidate right now.
How about Micah, though? Give me Micah. That's your side of the ball.
Well, he's a force multiplier.
What's he doing for the whole defense?
Oh, he's a force multiplier. He's so active. And the thing is, he's so raw. When you look at him right here, he's so raw. This is great. This is not great technique. This is just, I'm a better athlete than you. I'm faster and more explosive. I'm just going to run by you. When you see him come through, he's walking off the block. He exposes his chest. Look, right here, he's still open right here, right? But he's so elite and he's so ferocious. It's his effort. You talk about the first sack that he got last week. That was all an effort. Most guys would have gave up. And I think that sets the tone. When your best players, I play with Ray Lewis, when your best players are your hardest workers, then it sets the tone and tempo for everybody else. That's why Van Ness is giving what he's given. Yep. Because everybody's trying to keep up. They don't want him to get all the shine. And it's going to elevate Rashawn Gary because he's going to get favorable matchups because he's a high effort guy too. So when you got two bookends that's high effort, it's allowing these tackles and inside to eat.
So I would say this, the speed, the athleticism, and the ability to rally to the football is what allows the Green Bay Packers to be ferocious. Micah Parsons coming over, extreme confidence. Look at the secondary. I thought that was the weakest link of this team coming into the season. They're playing with confidence. Yes. They're sitting on routes. And we've seen those guys have a masterful night because the Washington Commanders wide receivers, they struggle all night long
guys.
Trying to get open. But I do agree with Shrades
get over
and also
this,
Mike G. The biggest contender or the biggest threat to the Philadelphia Eagles is the Green Bay Packers. And they have all the intangibles to dethrone them in 2025, Bart.
Let me tell you who
I got the
agrees
Rams.
Our friends in Vegas agree. Can we put up 820?
Here we go.
The Packers were plus 800 to win the Super Bowl entering yesterday. That was the fourth shortest odds behind the Bills, Ravens, and Eagles. They are now plus 550. Only Buffalo has shorter odds to win the Super Bowl this year than Green Bay.
Greeny, when we traded for Brett Favre at the Jets, it made everybody better. The ticket take.
Okay, I'm going to end that right there because am I not merciful? What we have to do.
See, you just talk about the importance of.
We have to get our shit together. And we can't worry about what Green Bay does. The only cure that we have for that trade is truly winning. CeeDee Lamb is directly involved on how this season is going to go. If we see a whole lot more of Noah Brown, CeeDee Lamb, we're in trouble. We are in deep shit. CD has got to get flypaper hands.
Having a bounce back game as a team, but also coming off of the drops that you had.
Us as a team, we got to ultimately just play right. You know what I'm saying? Play together, make the routine plays, make the plays that come to us. And I'm speaking for myself as well. The opportunity that presented itself, obviously, I fell short of it a couple times. And I know I'll be prepared for that moment next time.
You a lot of talk about you coming in on Friday on the jugs machine. Can you just talk about your mindset?
That wasn't supposed to go viral. I wasn't doing that for no internet, to be honest. That's why I came in on a day where nobody was in the building, but I still caught a camera. I didn't even know that the camera was there, but hey, shout out to them. But as for me, bro, it's just going back to my fundamentals. I know what it is. I know what to do. Again, it's game one. We got 16 more of these. Go back 2023 season. It wasn't drops. It was just lack of production. And then it was this big hoorah, and then boom. You know, so just keeping the main thing, continue to be myself, continue to grind, and I'll let the work do the talking.
Did you sleep at all?
No, I
I
didn't.
was to say, you laid up. Did you think about those?
No,
plays?
I did. I didn't get any rest for the whole weekend. I mean, that's just, again, the competitor that I am and how much I treat to the game as far as being honest and just giving it everything I got, because I do love this. I love this game. I love this sport. I love the guys that I do it with. So as for me, just holding my end of the bargain and just pulling through for the guys.
And you want to be in those spots. I'm sorry. You want to be in those spots, right?
Excuse my language, but I wouldn't rather nobody else but myself in those situations. I came up short once. We'll see the rest.
How much do you lean on your relationship with Dak, because he knows you're going to come up?
Yeah, I mean, at that moment, that's when we lean on each other as brothers, because at the end of the day, he know I got him and vice versa. And then a game like that coming up short in a division game, granted, it was big. Trust me, I've thought about it. I've dwelled on it. I've done everything that you could possibly imagine about this game. So for all those that feel like they feel worse about that game than me, you're absolutely wrong.
What were some of the small nuances that you saw on the tape that limited you in being as productive as you normally are?
I mean, I still had 100 yards. So as far as the production goes, it's just me being greedy and taking everything else, out that game, and not having any incompletions. And just the perfectionist in myself and the competitor in myself, and just to continue just to be myself, be dominant, be that receiver, be that guy that my team can rely on no matter the circumstance, no matter the time, no matter the place.
Brian Schottenheimer said before the game, he pulled up the call sheet and said, "Hey, CD, look at all these plays that are just for you." What's it like, kind of seeing that faith from your head coach and seeing how much he truly, features you?
It's amazing. It's a good feeling knowing that you're going to be, a prime option in the game, and going in, that boosts your momentum and your mindset, lets you know that you're about to get ready to go to work for this game. And whether it's coming to me, whether the ball's coming to me or not, I'm gonna give my 100% effort in my routes, continue to get open, stay open, and just make up the play.
You played less slot in that one than you normally do. Is that just because the way the game was dictated, or do you see yourself being a little bit more interchangeable, more on the outside?
I play receiver. I can play anywhere on the field. I'm not a slot receiver. I'm not an outside receiver. I'm a receiver.
Now that you've sat with it and you said you couldn't sleep because you took the loss hard, how do you keep from pressing?
Just relax, take a deep breath, let the game come to me, and then when it does, take over. And it's obviously simple to say and harder to do, but as for me, I feel like if I keep it that simple, it'll work out.
CD, you and Dak are undefeated together against the Giants, 7-0 when you're both in the lineup. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I'll be having the craziest times. I don't know, man. Us as a team, we do a great job of just, preparing the right way week in and week out, and then we just so happen to beat up on the Giants when we're together.
What's your take on one sleeve, Dak? It's a different look at it.
He's hooping. He's been hooping since camp. So, and man, he had a great game. A great game week one. And I had texted him. I'm like, bro, good game. I came up short, on my end, but trust me, just stay with me. I got you.
He showed off some mobility in that game too, and that was obviously a big emphasis for him this offseason. Did you kind of see that work that he did in the offseason translate to a little bit of that escape?
I didn't see it, but until I watched film, obviously, because I have to get open. So as for me, it's good to see that y'all seen that, and him to be able to be more mobile, be more Dak, break tackles, break sacks, and fight for extra yards. I mean, that's what he do. That's that.
How important it is, first game at home, to really establish home field advantage, something y'all didn't do last year?
Yeah, man, we just got to win. We got to win regardless, home or away. But we love playing home. We love playing in front of the fans, and I hope they come out there rocking. It's good
Thoughts on Drew Phillips playing corner for the Giants?
Say that again.
Drew Phillips.
What about him?
Play?
He tackled me and hurt me, so I got something for him. For sure.
Man, got something for him.
When they traded for George, there's a lot of it's gonna open things up for CD, and CD's gonna open things up for George. When you watched the game back, did you see the defense kind of maybe shifting different ways and opening things up for both of you when you're on the field at the same time?
Yeah, we had them confused. They didn't really have an answer for us, quite honestly. And again, the reason you ain't see it is because I came up short. So as for me, at halftime they switched up their defensive scheme. They switched the guys who was guarding who and who they were clouding. So we had them in quite a bind, and it's good to see because you can't figure it out. And then you got Turp running through the middle. So as for us, we just got to keep being us, keep continuing to play, and keep dominating.
How encouraging is it to see that already in week one, knowing that you still got a lot of games left this year and defenses might have to do the same thing?
When you love the guys that you're playing with and you know how explosive and great they are at their position and at their craft, it's very exciting. I mean, at any point the ball could be in the air and we wide open, so just for each and one of us, we just got to, again, take care of our 111, win our matchup, come up with the ball, and then let the rest take care of itself.
Outside of your own play as a team, was it hard or easy to move on from that game? Because a lot of guys talked about that was one that kind of got away from it.
Yeah, it definitely did. But, I mean, us as a team, we definitely took a great step. I mean, we surprised a lot of people. And as for us, we were just playing our game. We were playing fast. We were running around. We were hitting. We were tackling. We were making plays. So as for us, we just got to continue to do that and do it throughout 4 quarters.
You're a captain of this team, CD. Obviously, you guys are figuring out the new coaching staff. You deal with the Micah situation. What are you most proud of about this room? How do you feel about where this team's at?
Our ability to compete. Love leading the guys. Everybody's here as a dog, waiting on their opportunity, and their opportunity showed for a lot of guys up front, and they took it head on, and I'm happy for them, and looking forward to balling with those guys Sunday.
Thanks, CD.
Thanks, appreciate you.
Dak is coming out right now.
All right, thanks, CD. So finishing it off with CD Lamb basically saying, I got you guys. It's my bad. It's my fault. I want to be greedy. I want to get all those catches. I still had 100 yards, but, I want to get all of them, and we're going to need that. I think the Cowboys, honestly, they need to turn the page on Micah Parsons, and they need to do something big. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. In the meantime, I got to go to work.
This is not us making this up. This is actual reporting of Jerry Jones talking about being a general manager. I've done it all, okay? So I have an inordinate amount of confidence that, if anybody can figure out how to get this shit done, I can figure out how to get it done, John said. I've been there every which way from Sunday. And have I busted my ass a bunch? A bunch. And there's nobody living that out cutting and out shooting that can give you a bunch of times they busted their ass. So hell no. There's nobody that could fucking come in here and do all the contracts and be a GM any better than I can. Now, Jerry, congrats on talking your shit.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Think about the decades and decades of the people and fans saying Jerry needs to get his hands out of the team's business. Ever since Jerry has started running things, we haven't been good. He got rid of Jimmy, and then nobody's able to check Jerry. And Jerry's just got his little fingers and everything. He's making decisions. He's drafting from the yacht. He's cutting people. He's negotiating deals. He's calling plays sometimes. Shit, he will get out there and throw the ball himself if he wants to. That is what people say. That's why the Cowboys haven't been good. So if this is a new interview or if this is Clarence Hill Jr. writing about something that happened back in the day, it's like, shout out to Jerry Jones just finally telling everybody, hey,